The most important takeaway from yesterday's trial, in my determination here, is did you notice that in the trial, and again, I did not see every second of it, but I saw a lot of it, that race and racism was never brought up? I didn't see it. Or if it was brought up sparingly and I missed it. So what's really strange about this is when you're under oath as both a witness and you're asking a witness a question where they're required by law under the penalty of perjury after raising their right hand to answer a question honestly. When you're required to answer a question honestly and ask a question as a prosecutor or a defense attorney that solicits an honest response, racism was never brought up in this trial. So the lawyers didn't bring it up. The defense didn't bring it up. The prosecution didn't bring up racism. Yet every time you hear a politician on the left comment about the case, what's the first thing they bring up? I'll wait. Hold on. Let's do the countdown. Wait. Racism every time. So weird. Strange how that happens. What does that tell you about our society? Where when you're obligated to be truthful under the penalty of perjury in a judicial proceeding, racism never comes up. There was no mention of a documented past history of overtly racist acts by the police officer. There was no insinuation that there was a racist motive in the death of George Floyd. It wasn't brought up. Maybe because if it was brought up and you were forced to give a truthful answer, that truthful answer wouldn't fit the leftist political narrative that everything in our society is motivated by race all the time. Everything. That is all the left has. Everything to them has to be about race because when you have to give facts under oath, they don't have them. Because as I've been saying for the last two shows, and please don't miss yesterday's show. We had a drop off when the verdict. Yesterday's show was important. Please go back and listen to it. I said yesterday and I said on Monday and I'll say again. When the left is confronted and forced to produce facts and data, they always fail. Always. I know that's categorical to say. I'm telling you, they always fail because they don't know anything or they're lying. But stay tuned. I'll show you a Ted Cruz clip in a few minutes, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. How when he confronts Stacey Abrams on her charge of racism, she's got nothing. Just like when you're forced in a trial to raise your right hand, no one brought up racism at all because there's no evidence of that. There was evidence of a lot of things in this case. But weird how racism never came up, yet every time a politician talks on the left, it's always the first thing they mention. Tells you something about the disgraceful condition this country's in right now, thanks to identity politics and race-baiting leftists all the time.